we'll go through create and configure a virtual network gateway. So before that, let me give some information for your understanding. So what Azure VPN gateway? So VPN gateway is a service that provides secure connectivity between two networks. In summary, if you can think that way. Uh, so in Azure, there is options called not normally like you will see that is site to site connectivity or point to site connectivity. So ignore that part. Think that head office one site and branch office is another site. So what is happening here? We are connecting using and because it's going through the internet, so VPN will secure way of passing all the packets. And VPN protocol includes like OpenVPN, IKE version 2 or SSTP protocols. Um, and similar way, when site think that from your machine you connect it to the office machine. So connecting through using VPN is a secure way of connections. So here, if you see in this scenario, we are going to few tasks. The very first one is um, create two VNets. One is CoreServicesVnet in East US, and second one is manufacturing VNet into West Europe. After that, create core service VM, then create manufacturing VM into manufacturing VNet, and then connect the VM using RDP. So this two VM, check the is that green one the connection using RDP session. Then test connections between the VMs. First we'll check individual, then we'll check connection between them. After that we are going to create a VNet gateway for the core service. Then we are going to create a manufacturing VNet gateway and then connect them. So here you can see that we are connecting VNet to VNet gateway connections. When that is done, verify the connections connect and test the connections that one for those VMs. So let's start the lab. So you see that estimated time is 70 minutes and including there will be time for deployment. So here we have connected to Azure Portal using ID password. Now from here select that PowerShell. One option here for the Azure Cloud Shell, select on PowerShell option. No storage account required for this purpose. Select subscription and then select apply. So you can see the terminal session is going to be created here. So here it prompted we displayed here. Let's clear the screen. Now for this lab we need to upload the files. So here you see the same manage files. Drop down, select upload. Then go to the files where we have downloaded all the required files. Click all files. Exercise, select M02 and we are going to upload two files. It's Azure deploy JSON and Azure deploy.parameter JSON files. Open. So it's loaded here successfully. Just to validate if those two files are loaded. Now in the cloud cell we are going to deploy the ARM template to create the virtual network. and subnets. We are giving the command here, pass that resource group name, then pass the resource group name, then resource group created. Now it's going to deployment resource group that template using those template file. Press enter. Oh, the resource group name is know that resource group name is Contoso resource group, and you can see no resources yet here under that resource group. So you can see that it's created three VNets, Research VNet, Core Services VNet, and Manufacturing VNet. Now, if we go to the console and refresh this page, we'll see that three VNets are created, and go there inside. You can see those subnets underneath that one, which we manually did in our previous lab. If you go to Manufacturer VNet, or you go to Research, Subnets, one subnet. Anyway, that is fine. Now, what we'll do, we are going to create core services VM using PowerShell. So let's go to the PowerShell window. Okay, here. Now we are going to upload two files for this tasks. Click upload M02 section. So we are going to uploading VM core services VM related to files and parameter files. Click open, close that one. So now you can see that two core services related JSON file is uploaded here. Pass the parameter value resource group name and then going to execute this template to create VMs. Pass VM, type a password. So that we don't do wrong. Press enter after passing the parameter value, admin password value. So we can see that VM core services VM has been created. Now if I go to the portal and go back to, I can search for it straight here, VM or virtual machine. You can see first VM has been created. So now we are going to create second VM. So for that we have to upload files. So click manage files, then click upload. So we are going to create manufacturing VM this time. So select those. One is manufacturing VM Azure deploy.json and then parameter JSON file. So select open, successfully loaded, and when that is done, we can execute template command, to provision those two like second VMs. And then press enter, give the password, press enter. Let's wait to VM to be created. You can see that second VM, manufacturing VM, has been created. Let's verify that one. Go here and this is the page. You can see that manufacturing VM has also been created. So now select that manufacturing VM. We're going to connect this VM. Then here click connect. We are not using Bastion, so select connect. It will go to connection in related information settings here. So download that RDP file and then click keep and then click on open file and then click connect here and give them password and then click OK. Click yes. Now let's go back to portal and then similar way we are going to connect to core service VM. In manufacturing VM, let's close all those information which we do not need that one. Close this one. Close this one. This is manufacturing VM and let's go to configure side, core services VM. Close this. So now core services VM, open a PowerShell window. And here run a command ipconfig. So we can see that IP address is 10.20.20.4. Let's go to manufacturing VM, and here also open a PowerShell window. So now we are going to verify the connection from um, manufacturing VM to core services VM. This is core services VM IP 10.20.20.4 and port for our DP ports. So press enter. Just waiting for response. Ultimately, we can see that timed out and it's a false. That connection failed here. So now we are going to create core services VNet Gateway. So that for go back to portal and here search for um, Virtual Network Gateway. Click that one. Here click, you can see the Virtual Network Gateway. So which is coming here like a hybrid connectivity. And here you can see the different options on your left side. So no virtual network gateways message your filter. So select create button. Now here on the basics subscription is there. Resource group, select the virtual network group to resource group. Virtual network gateway will be created in the same resource group as it the chosen VNet. Okay. So then give a instance details. So here we need to give instance name. Region is East US. And gateway type is VPN gateway. And where is that the SQ? Select VPN gateway 1 easy. So VPN gateway 1 easy. Then generation is generation 1. Then it's coming virtual network. This is you are going to set up under core service VNet. Then subnet is that it's automatically get that gateway subnet. And then public IP address, it has got a standard, but we have to give a public IP address name. So okay, here existing and create new. So we are going to create a new. So create new and give a public IP address name. In enable active mode, we do not need this one, so we'll disable that options. Then it's coming configure border gateway protocol or BGP. We also we are going to disable that options here. Next is tag button. We are not doing anything, so click the review plus create. So validation is in progress. So when validation passed, select create. You can see the deployment is in progress. So now also start the second VNet gateway. So click create. So we have set this one core service VNet gateway, that is in progress. Now we are going to do create manufacturing VNet gateway. So you need to go to manufacturing VNet. So let's go to other side. So let's go to VNet first. Manufacturing VNet. Under the settings, select the subnets and then click subnet. So we're going to create a separate subnet for this one, and because here we give the subnet purpose like virtual network gateway, it will automatically get that gateway subnet, and then size here, and that was 24. We are going to make that to 27, and then click on add. So we have created here a gateway subnet. Now we are going to create the virtual network gateway. So for that, search here virtual network gateways, then click on create here or here. You can do that one. So now here it's coming the properties. If I say so, here is the subscription. Then give a name for this gateway. So we are giving to give manufacturing VNet gateway, and this is West Europe. So gateway type is VPN. SQ SQ is VPN gateway 1 EZ, then which is ultimately generation 1. Then coming virtual network, manufacturing VNet. So it got the gateway subnet. Now under public IP address, we are going to create a new public IP address. So click create new and give a name for this public IP address. And if you see that public IP address SQ is standard, then it's coming active mode. We don't want that one, so select the disable. We don't want BGP, so disable that one. Then all others default. Then click on review plus create. When validation passed, select create. So deployment is in progress. Let me back when this uh, deployment will be done. So you can see now what create a connection between two. So first we'll connect from um, core service VNet to manufacture VNet. So let's here we can search for virtual network gateways. And here we can see those two gateways that we created. So now select that core service VNet gateway, open link into new tab. Select settings, then click on connections, then click add. Subscription resource group connection time, give a name for this connection. So we are giving core service gateway to manufacturing gateway. Here is East US. Let's go to click on settings. Then here we need to give the first virtual network gateway, which in our case is core service VNet gateway for this one. And second is going to manufacturing VNet gateway. And shared key, we need to give a shared key. So you can see that a mixer of letter and numbers. You can see the information and give the shared key. 1, 2, 3. Azure private IP address, so we are not selecting anything, taking the default BGP, we are not selecting. Then IPsec or IK policies. Here you can see that a default. So if we select custom, let's see the options. Here we can see the different options available for IPsec and IK policy. We are not just taking the default here. Then there is a IK protocol. So we are going with IK version 2. Then policy-based traffic sector, that is here. We can see the disable, DPT timeout in seconds. So dead pair detection timeout of the connections in seconds. So recommended value for this property is 45 seconds. So that is fine for us. Then we are not giving any tags. So tags and then click Q plus create. Validation passed. So click on create. So deployment in progress now. So deployment is completed and select go to resources. So we have create connection from core service gateway to manufacturing gateway. Now we'll create connection in other way. So for that you can go to virtual network gateways and under VPN gateways, select that one. And then you see that manufacturing gateway. So we'll go from this side. So click manufacturing VNet gateway and under settings, select connections. Select add button. Then here connection type is VNet to VNet. and give a name for this connection. So this time manufacturing to core service gateway and select the region. This is West Europe. Next settings. Then here, first virtual network gateway is this time manufacturing gateway, and second is where it is going to CoreServicesVnet gateway. And give a shared key. Protocol is IKE version 2. We are not selecting Azure IP address or enable BGP. We're not changing anything here, all default. Then click next. No tagging. Click create. Validation in progress. When validation passed, select create. So deployment is in progress now. So you can see that connection from manufacturing VNet to core service VNet also completed. So go to resource. We can just go to see the connection status. Go to virtual network gateways. And here VPN gateways, you see that VPN connections. Select that button. You can see that to connection. So we set that up, but it's still showing unknown. So we need to wait to see this to be connected. So here you can see the connection simplified view options. It's showing that they are connected. So we have verified the connections. Connect. Now we'll go to test the connections between VMs. So here I'm on manufacturing VM, and let's test this connection this time. And this time you see that true. So result is positive this time. So that means test connection succeed this time. So we have successfully completed all the tasks for create and configure a virtual network gateway. Let's go to home. So now we'll go to next lab or exercise, which is to create a virtual one by using Azure Portal. So here you see that we are going to create a virtual one, then create a hub by using Azure Portal, connect a VNet, connect a VNet to the virtual hub that we are going to do that one. So let's start that lab now. So close this. In the search string, search for virtual one. Select that virtual one's option services. And here, this page, virtual one space, click on create. Under basic, select the subscription, then select the resource group, then region, select the location, then give a name for this one. Type is standard. Click on review plus create. Validation is in progress. When validation pass, select create. So deployment succeeded. So you can see deployment is complete. So you have successfully created the virtual one. Now here you see the options connectivity, expand that one and select the hubs. So we are going to create a new hub. So therefore click on create new hub. And here you see that subscription resource, then region, give a name, then hub private address space, give a private address space there, and the hub capacity. If you drop down, you can see different options is available. We are going for 2 routing infrastructure units, which actually consists of 3 Gbps router, supports 200 VMs, 2000 VMs. Select that options. And hub routing preference, default it is getting express route, so that is fine. Select then next site to site. On the site to site setup, here is that do you want to create a site to site VPN? Select yes, toggle that button. Then as number is fine. Here you can see that it has got default one, which cannot be edited. Then gateway scales unit, if you drop down, select the one scale unit, which is 500 Mbps times 2. And then routing preference, select the default, which is Microsoft Network. Then click on review plus create. And then validation pass, select create to create the hub. So after finally for about 50 minutes, virtual hub deployment is completed. Let's go to resource. So you can see the information from here. Now let's go back to virtual one that we have created. So virtual one, select that virtual one. And under connectivity, select that virtual network connections options. So hub is loading, hub information is loading. Here is. So now here, click on connection, add connection. So give a connection name. Let's say if copy paste work, otherwise I have to type. Let me type Contoso V Virtual 1 to research VNet, and then select the hubs that we have created. So we can see the hubs, subscription, then select the resource group, then virtual network, select the resource VNet, then propagation to none, select that, propagation to yes, and there is a associated route table. Select the default one, and after that select that create button. Click on create button. So here we are creating connect a VNet to the virtual hub. Let me back when that is done. Please note hub creation in the lab section. It was actually mentioned that after 30 minutes, so that can take more times. In my case, it's a lab environment, so it took 50 minutes. So we can see that a connection between VNet to virtual hub has been completed. So if you expand here, we can see that connection is completed. Contoso V1 to research VNet. And you can see the route configuration also. So you have successfully completed this lab. If you have any question, you can put that into comment sections. Otherwise, see you into next lab.